Us here with another Baker to Vegas information video. Today we're going to talk about the categories. We're going to review what each category is, as well as where you can find them. First place we're going to look is at bakervegas.net. This is the home page. You're just going to scroll right down along the right-hand side here till you get to the rulebook. Click on the rulebook. Doing this all real time so you guys get an idea of how long this takes. Scroll through, we're going to find the rule book here as it loads up. We're going to make this nice and big so that way we can see it. And we're going to scroll through these pages here till we find the categories. Got race information, and here we go. Race categories and eligibility. The open category, this is any gender in any age. However, everyone on the team must be sworn. The mixed category, a minimum of 5 females and 5 males must start and complete their stage. So if you have, because females are the harder part to fill on normally on these teams, if you have exactly 5 females and during the race one goes down and an alternate comes in and the alternate is male, you do not complete the mixed category. Okay, so you must have 5 females, a minimum of 5 females and 5 males start and finish their stages. It can be an alternate that jumps out if they have to, but it must be 5 females and 5 males must finish. All sworn personnel as well. The women category, all female runners from one agency. Again, all sworn. The 3,500, this is a newer category. I believe this is the second year we have this. Agencies with no more than 3,500 sworn personnel can compete in this category. Some of you smaller agencies who normally run in the open, this is an opportunity for you to compete with other agencies closer to your size. Must be all sworn personnel. That way you have an opportunity to get on stage finishing first, second, or third if you don't find yourself normally in that position in the open. The 800, combined ages of runners, not team, but of runners, must total 800 years or more. And this is all sworn personnel. So what you're going to do is you're going to take all of your runners, add up their ages, and as long as it equals 800, you're fine. Keep in consideration that if somebody pulls out and you need to put in an alternate, that total still must be 800. The 99, agency with no more than 99 sworn personnel. So again, with this one, if you combine with multiple agencies, just like any of the numbered ones, less the 800, the 3,500, the 99, 300, 150. Same with all of these. If you combine agencies, you still must fall under the number. So here, if it's more than one agency, no more than 99 sworn personnel at those agencies combined. And again, all sworn personnel category. 300 is the same as qualifications for the 3,599, but the number is 300. No more than 300 sworn personnel assigned to those agencies. The 150 is the same, just changing the number. Okay, this one gets a little bit stickier, and we're going to go over some of the other necessary qualifications, but we'll just go over the brief one here. The station is a geographic station not to exceed 500 sworn personnel. So these are the larger agencies that have such as CHP or LA County Sheriffs, LAPD, Orange County Sheriffs that have geographic stations, different areas. This personnel does not exceed 500 at that one geographic location. You can run in the station. The invitational must have a minimum of 2 non-sworn runners. So this is 2 civilians who work for your agency, not necessarily for the county or the city, but for the agency. So I know with LAPD within the city, we have city personnel assigned to the department in different capacities. This is what we're talking about. So you must have at minimum 2 to run in the invitational. So now we're getting into the mixed categories here as far as civilian and sworn. Speaking of mixed, we have the invitational mixed. Same as the invitational, so you have to have at least 2 non-sworn, and a minimum of 5 female and 5 male runners must complete the stage. So really what we're doing is taking the qualifications of the mixed and of the invitational, putting them together. Hence you have invitational mixed. And then the 500 invitational, agencies with no more than 500 civilian and sworn, and we say that because it's an invitational, personnel and a minimum of 2 non-sworn runners. The invitational mixed 800, same as the invitational mixed, so you go back up here, same as a minimum of 2 non-sworn and a minimum of 5 female and 5 male runners. And the age of the runners must add up to 800 years or more. And then the guest, anybody from international law enforcement agencies, our friends to the north, Canada, we've got Germany coming out this year. All of you fall into the guest. Note, only all sworn personnel teams are eligible to win the Challenge Cup trophy and belt buckles. So all of these categories here that say all sworn, all of you are eligible to win the trophy and belt buckles. You do not have to be in the open, but you must be an all sworn team. Note, any team in the guest category, regardless of personnel, are not eligible to win the Challenge Cup trophy. However, one of the things in the guest category, you will receive a plaque and a mug. Turning the page here, we could go over here and we'll go over some of these things here. Retired personnel. If a retired employee does not have a retired identification from the agency, an individual must have served a minimum of 15 years at a law enforcement agency and will require a signed letter by the chief of agency requesting the individual be eligible to run. Again, we're not, the big thing is we're looking to make sure that the race stays fair. Those individuals who work for law enforcement for 2-3 years and decide it's not for them, that's not retirement, that's them leaving and choosing to do something else. So we're looking for retired employees, and your retired employees are going to count as sworn. Sworn officers, any full-time police officer or other officer who retired from their agency in good standing. Civilian department personnel, again, like I mentioned, any civilian department personnel who participates in the race must be full-time employees. The exception to this rule is reserve officers. All right, so if you have part-time employees, these or volunteers, they are not civilian personnel. They're not civilian employees. They are volunteers. They are part-time staff. We're talking about full-time civilians here. Multi-agency teams. Agency who chooses to combine to create a team, not a problem, chooses to run in a number category, must not have sworn personnel exceeding that number. So I explained that earlier, so please make sure that you adhere to that. Recruits and cadets. Recruits, cadets are considered civilian personnel until the completion of the academy. So if you are utilizing cadets to run in your race, not a problem, but just understand that they are considered civilian. Station category, this is where it gets a little sticky. For the purposes of the station category, any officer who is at their station by January 11th, so that date has passed, must run for that station. The exception is that the receiving station has already formed their team and has no space on the roster for the incoming runner. In that situation, the runner may run for their previous station. All I would need at that point is just an email from the incoming station stating, hey, look, runner X is late to the game, if you will. We're fine with them running with their previous station. And if that's the case, then you can stay in the station category. This rule only applies to station. If you are not in the station category, you're with any of the other categories, please listen to this part carefully. Go back a page. If you fall in any of these categories other than station, please note you can have anybody within your agency run for your team. Okay, that's not a problem. It doesn't matter where they're from. You can pull from multiple sections within your agency. Also note that if you are a multi-agency, or if I'm a LAPD and I need a runner, and I've got a buddy who is a police officer in Vernon, that Vernon cop can run for your LAPD team. There is no rule that disallows that, so just please understand that. All right, everyone. Like I said, you can find this at bakervegas.net. You can also find it in your team captain portal. On the left-hand side in that drop-down menu, there is a section called categories. There is the same information. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Again, category selection is due by the end of the month. All right, everyone, that's all I got for you today. I thank you for your time. You guys all have a great week. And until next time, bye for now.